Welcome back, guys, to our channel.
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, I'm Rachel.
I'm Jay.
And we are so excited that you guys are here to join us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is beautiful outside and we are ready to talk to you guys today about body language.
Body language. How you carry yourself on a day-to-day basis. How you look when you're frustrated. How you present yourself to the world.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the first thing to talk about is just like being conscious and aware of your body language, because oftentimes we do a lot of stuff that is subconscious and we're not really realizing how we present ourselves or how we look to other people.
Most definitely.
So the first step is just to be aware of that.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of practice and a lot of time, and that's something that even I'm right now just like learning and growing in.
I think it's easy to get so caught up into what you got going on in your life. You know, I do it from time to time, and you just get so caught up into whatever you're thinking about going through that you don't realize how your body is presenting itself to everybody around you. So yeah, that first step, just being aware of how you feel and how, because your body is always going to respond to what you're thinking. And if you're not aware of that, it could look bad or good, you know, but you just want to be aware of that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even sometimes we can think that we're presenting ourselves in a certain way or a certain light, but sometimes things can come across different than what we think.
Can you give an example of that?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the resting bitch face. But oftentimes, like, you can look like super unapproachable or just like standoffish or something, just because your resting face is just not pleasant. But yeah, this is a random example. But yeah, I think to start out, I just wanted to talk a little bit about bad body language. And like you said, oftentimes what you're thinking is presented outward.
Yeah, it translates.
So, and I think it also goes the other way. How you're standing, how you're sitting, kind of can go inward as well. So if you're in more of a slouch pose and you're like covering up or hugging yourself, I think that doesn't allow for openness, approachability, welcomingness coming off of you. And I think that can also do something in our brains. It kind of puts us in a more defeated mode, a more like submissive, go with the flow, I don't care what's happening right now mood. So I think those are just like little examples of bad body language, and it's mostly just when you slouch down and you turn yourself away, or you try to like cover something.
I would agree.
But yeah.
And if you're somebody that's watching this video and you say, well, you know, I'm comfortable when I'm in those positions, just ask yourself why. And you might be able to find something about yourself that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Why are you comfortable sitting like this or like this? Why?
Why? Definitely. I think another thing that even I do, like if I'm nervous or something, I'll pick at my nose, and I see girls do that all the time. Or they'll play with their hair, and they'll just be like, and oftentimes that's just like people zoning out, but it doesn't present itself very well. It kind of,
That's a good point.
yeah, it kind of presents you as like someone who is just like absent-minded, not very confident. Even though all these like attributes and stuff are stuff that you're doing to just like relax or just zone out. Yeah, so I think they definitely have time and place.
Most definitely. And even if you are somebody that doesn't have a problem with, you know, how you feel, it's like she said, it doesn't translate or present itself well to other people. And I can name a few situations where you want to be presented well, whether it's like at work or, you know, you're meeting new people. You know, first impressions are important. So if, you know, they notice you have a bad body language, even if you're the happiest person ever, that's gonna you know, play inside their head about who you are as a person.
Yeah, because our body language is how we communicate. That's like a huge part of communication. So even if you're talking nicely, I can't even find my words today. Even if you're talking and it's presentable, if you have bad body language, it's not going to come across well. It just won't. So.
And I would just say practice it, you know, so even if it feels uncomfortable at first, you know, just keep practicing it till it becomes normal and it becomes comfortable, you know, and you don't even have to think about it anymore.
Yeah, and a good tip is if you are nervous, I think I learned so much from this guy, like he's outraged, but if you are nervous, just slow down. Just think about what you're gonna say next. It's okay if there's a big pause. People will listen to you more if you pause. And it will just sound so much better. It will just flow so much better. So pauses are okay. Like you don't need to just talk really fast. Like you can slow down. Cause I know even when I get nervous, it's like I have to have the answer right now. I can't. I don't have time to think about it. I gotta just like start talking.
It's easy to get caught up in that when you're, you know, in the moment. So
yeah,
I understand.
Definitely. So, also, this is kind of different, but just because I'm a girl, I think about this. When girls hold their purses, that really matters. It sounds really weird or something.
No, what you mean? Like, obviously you have to hold your purse to carry it around. How?
So sometimes there's like this strap and it goes right in front of you. And so it will just like kind of block you. Or girls will hold their purses like right in front, right here, right? Or something like that. So
you're saying that's not what is intentional?
It's not intentional, no, but it's just very like unapproachable. Whereas if you hold your bag right here, like to the side, it's just like more casual and like chill. But yeah, that's just one random thing that I just want to put out for all the ladies out there.
That's good to know. I mean, I walk around a lot and I see that. I automatically think they're scared or like, you know, maybe they're uncomfortable. So good to know that that's might not always be the case.
Yeah, not at all. So getting into examples of good body language. I think the same thing goes for bad and good. Like it can change the way that you think about yourself and how confident you are. Yeah. So posture is very important, and that doesn't mean you have to be sitting super up straight and straight back and everything. It just means you have to be comfortable. Yeah. If you're comfortable, it shows.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and it shows confidence.
Yeah, you can tell when somebody's stiff or like, you know, trying to hide themselves, and you see it a lot. It's very subtle, but anytime somebody's like, you know, covering their face or
Yeah.
covering their body organs, they're probably like uncomfortable a little bit. And if you see that, you can, you know, try to make them more comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think posture is very important.
One thing I would add is, you know, looking up. And I actually watched a video recently saying like there's science to prove and back up that like when you're looking up, it kind of translates to how you feel. You know, looking up. I don't know if it's like hormones that are produced or what, but like you're looking up, I guess you start to feel better. The same thing with what you said, when you're more straight and you know your spine is straight, you start to feel better as well. You know, your chest out, stuff like that.
Yeah. The expression of walking with your chest out is a real thing.
Yeah. Also, you just don't want to be looking down, especially like if you're out in public. You want to be aware of your surroundings, whether it's like something dangerous that you might miss, or you know, an opportunity that you might miss. You know, I don't know, like you like art. If you're just walking down with your head down, you might miss some, I don't know,
something beautiful.
Yeah.
So definitely just I get that. Look up, look around you, and just enjoy what's around you. It also helps you to get out of yourself, which I think is like huge, because once you get out of yourself, your mind, you become more confident and more comfortable with your surroundings, and you can just enjoy life so much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think also what goes into that is eye contact. I think that's a huge thing.
Is eye contact hard for you, or does it depend on the situation? Because I know you give me the eye contact.
Yeah.
I don't know how you are like in other places.
It can be hard for me depending on my mood, like how I am inside my brain that day.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're stressed out or something, you know, you may not be giving people good eye contact. You know.
Definitely.
Makes sense.
But I do have to say, if I am stressed out and I make a point to have eye contact with the people that I'm talking with, I feel 100 times better. I feel like I can take on the world. Like, I don't know, like it just boosts my mood so much, because I know that I come across as more confident and they have more confidence in me, especially at work or something where where people need to know that you got it, you can do your job, you're confident in it. That eye contact goes a long way.
Definitely.
Yeah, and even something as simple as saying good morning and looking at someone in the eye, I think that just shows that you're super intentional and very like presentable, and also open if they want to talk to you the rest of the day, or ask you questions, or ask for help or something like that.
True.
I think just that simple looking them in the eye and saying good morning is very powerful.
One thing I noticed, you know, when I'm walking around in public and stuff, is a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
More than, like, I'll say like out of 10 people, maybe two people will actually like look me back in my eyes, say hey, you know, something like that. Most people are looking down, or if they do make eye contact with you, you know, they look somewhere else in like a very just
fleeting moment.
Yeah. And it's like we all just people, like it's nothing to be scared of, you know, or worried about. And I think honestly that's an internal thing, like.
Oh, it definitely is.
I can remember back to where I didn't look people in the eyes. It was mainly because of me. Like, I had stuff I was dealing with that I guess I feel exposed if I look somebody in the eye. So, you know, a good way to help with confidence and stuff like that is just to work on you, and all that stuff will come easy.
Facts, yeah. Yeah, and if you find people aren't looking back at you in the eye, that's really just, that's on them. And you can see how their body language actually impacts you and how you don't want that to be the same in your life.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, because when I see people that like, I'll like walk into work and be like, good morning, or whatever, and like look at them, and then they just don't look at me and just like, good morning. Then I'm like, wow, they really are unhappy. They don't want to be here. They think this sucks. They don't feel confident in their job. They don't want to talk. Like, which is okay. Everybody has those days, you know, and it's just like terrible. But if that's like continuous, then I just feel sorry for them. I don't know.
I see.
But yeah.
What would you say is another part of good body language?
I would say smile. I mean, nowadays we're all wearing masks. I know some of the mask mandates got removed. But even if you have a mask on,
just to touch on that real quick, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Some people I work with, they took their mask off and it's like shocking. Like, you never saw their face.
I know.
Some people have very strong faces. Some people have, very small faces. It's just very interesting to see how people look.
I know, same. There's some people that I work with that I still have never seen their whole entire face before. But then once you do, it's like a whole new person. Like, it's like the bottom half is not what she thought would fit with the top half.
Exactly.
But it's so weird.
It is, but yeah, you know.
So yeah. Oh yeah, smiling. Yeah, smile. Because even if you have a mask on, you can tell when someone's smiling. You get the crinkles of the eyes, you can see the cheeks come up, and when someone smiles at you, at least my first reaction is, it's not necessarily to smile back, it's just like, oh cool, like, it makes me happy. And some days my reaction is to smile back, and that changes my mindset, my perspective. It releases those serotonin, hormones in my brain, and it's like, I'm happy.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
But even on the days where I'm like super serious or stressed out and I don't smile back, it still like lifts my spirit to see someone smile at me, if that makes sense.
I would say the same for me.
Yeah.
But for me it's a little different.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really make me feel good, I guess, if somebody smiles at me, but it makes me feel good in the sense that I know they're happy. Like, what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see somebody smiling a lot or, anything in that, I'm just like, okay, that's good. They chilling, they happy, you know what I'm saying? And then if it's the opposite, and then I'm like, is there anything I can do to make them happy? Or do I just need to steer clear and let them figure it out? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really good. He's like picking up on other people's way that they present themselves and how he's gonna deal with that person, which I think is very useful too. Yeah. If you're aware of other people's body language, then you know how to best interact with them. Yeah. I think that's a really good point. Yeah. That's cool. Let us know if you feel a different way in the comments too about people smiling at you, because we both have two different perspectives on it, and that's really cool.
Two different people.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys will see that more as we post more videos. What are some things you do as far as like body language, like in awkward situations?
Oh, awkward situations.
Because awkward situations gonna come whether you're confident or not. It just happens, stuff that you don't plan for. So
yeah, and I don't know. I feel like we're always gonna be interacting with new people throughout our life too. So we're gonna come across new situations and new personalities.
A lot.
But yeah, so in awkward situations, if something awkward happens, there's a lot of different ways to go about it. way that I personally do it is I kind of point it out and I laugh at it, because it makes me feel so much more comfortable just to kind of like put it out in the open and just laugh at it, and then it lightens the mood of everyone around me and makes them feel like, oh, it's okay that awkward moment happened, like it's alright, it's nobody's fault, like you don't need to feel ashamed about the awkwardness, you don't need to get closed off about it or become really, really serious after it. You can just laugh it off, and if I start that and point it out and laugh it off, then the people around me are gonna feel so much more comfortable.
Okay.
And it's as simple as being like, oh, well, that was awkward. And then moving on, you know? You don't have to like make it big.
I think that's better than acting like nothing awkward is happening. That's so cringy. Please don't do it.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. But yeah, I like
definitely.
that. I like that.
Yeah. I think also, as far as like showing confidence, I think that has to do with how we walk as well.
Okay.
So everyone has a different walk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say, everyone has a different walk.
That's right.
But how you walk, like if your arms are like this and you're walking, or like you said, you're looking down, kind of look up.
Or very stiff when you walk, it doesn't flow, you know what I'm saying? Your arms aren't moving, your neck's not moving, you know, that doesn't really translate well to other people.
Yeah, not at all.
But something to realize though, it's always good to make sure you got good body language, but like if you're just walking at the park or something, not as many people are paying attention to you as you may think, so that might help you relax as well. Like it's easy to think if you're walking down the beach, everybody's looking at you, but that's not really the case. A lot of people are doing their own thing, so that might help you relax as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when you're walking, like fluid movements, like you said, like fluid movements and walking like you have a purpose. Because if we're walking, we have to think about like the end purpose. I'm walking over there to talk to those people.
Wait,
or I'm walking to like my
stop
seat.
at every shirt, every piece of food. What?
I'm just telling you. You can walk with a purpose. I'm walking to enjoy nature, But it just like having
That's hilarious.
having that. I'm just saying, in like situations where like say you're walking on stage or something like that, to have that purpose in your mind, at least for me, gives me so much more confidence. Like if I'm walking out in front of people, having that end thing and like that end goal of like I am walking to this podium, then like I'd be like, that is what I'm doing, and then I'm like, I got this, and then I'm like,
okay, I get that.
Oh, yeah. And also so have those fluid movements, and like present yourself in a very fluid way.
Okay.
I think anything that's like, I don't know, like you said, like you're like super stiff or something, it just makes you seem like you're uncomfortable.
Most definitely,
yeah. And I think a person that shows confidence and has good body language is someone who controls time. So they take their time, which is what I need to work on. They take their time walking, they take their time talking, they take their time thinking, and they're very like intentional, and they control time, and people listen to them. People want to talk to them. They want to see what they're all about, because they're just like fluid and casual and slow talking, I guess. Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned talking, because even though talking isn't really body language, it also is in a way. You know, if talking super fast, fumbling over your words.
It don't matter, brother. This is stupid.
Very high pitch, you know, stuff like that. That could come across as unconfident or unsure of yourself, and so you could just take your time with that, like she said.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think nowadays there's this certain thing that people do. I see it more in girls, but I'm sure guys do it too. But as far as pitch, what he was talking about, they say it in a way that it sounds like a question instead of a statement. Like, I am going to the beach, and then we're like, wait, are you going to the beach? Instead of being like, I am going to the beach. I'm gonna go to the beach. Well, I kind of did it.
Even that sounds like she was trying to convince herself she was going to the beach. It's like,
because your pitch goes up.
Yeah. So just be mindful of that for sure.
Because it makes people seem like less confident in you, and like it makes it seem like you're kind of wishy-washy and you don't know what you want. Yeah, and like you said, like I'm trying to convince myself that I'm going to the beach instead of just saying I'm gonna go to the beach.
Something I know I can work on as far as tone is just like I can be very mellow, and so everything I say basically sounds the same. Whether I'm happy, mad, it doesn't matter. It sounds the same. And you know, if you want to come across more charismatic, you know, for whatever, maybe a job or you know. Anything like that, you know, just try to put different tones in your voice to match how you feeling, and that will, you know, pull people towards you as well. You know, she's really good at that. I used to think she was just dramatic as fuck, but you know, she's just, you know, charismatic. You know?
Yeah, that's definitely that's really good to point out. Yeah. So I guess how you talk is very important too.
Yeah, most definitely.
And we're definitely all just learning these ourselves, and it's gonna take forever. I mean, not forever. Your whole entire life to make sure you're presenting yourself in the way that you want to present yourself. And so it just takes practice. A lot of practice.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and definitely. If you want to come off as like a strong, confident person, there's exercises that you can do. It's kind of ridiculous, but like the Superman pose.
Okay.
Where you just like,
oh shit,
or like,
do that again for us?
No.
Okay, I think I felt like a superhero for a second.
Where you're just gonna like stick your chest out and you're just like, yeah. And you can do this in the mirror too, and just like look at yourself and be like, I'm so great. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And it's an amazing way to start your day because you feel a little silly, right? It kind of just like wakes you up, gets you like a little silly. Well, excuse me. And it just boosts your confidence that will continue throughout the whole entire day. You can just use it. And whenever you're feeling like you have like low confidence and you're just kind of tired and just done, just go to the bathroom and just stand in front of the mirror and go.
Forgive us, the camera shut off. But, like she was saying, if you have any advice for us, you know, things that maybe you see that we can work on, please share it with us. You know, we're just trying to grow and stuff the same way we're trying to help y'all grow.
Yeah, we would love to hear about your own body language stories, if anything happened, or if you tried something new and you felt like it works. we are super excited just to be here with you and your journey and to share our journey with you guys too. So
Definitely.
yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and are able to get outside a little bit, enjoy some sun.
And we out of here.
Yeah.